It was supposed to be a night filled with love, laughter, and memories. Catherine had spent hours preparing a romantic anniversary dinner, candles lit, soft music playing, the kind of evening that made 10 years of marriage feel like forever. The doorbell rang, and standing there was John's best friend, Mark, holding a wrapped gift with a charming smile. "Happy anniversary," he said warmly, stepping inside. Catherine smiled, genuinely happy to see him. "Thank you for coming, Mark. John really wanted you here." When John appeared, everything seemed normal. The smiles, the laughter, the small talk. But underneath the surface, Catherine couldn't shake the strange feeling that something was off. The way John looked at Mark, the small, awkward silences, the faint tension in the air, it all made her uneasy. She brushed it off, convincing herself that she was imagining things. Tonight wasn't the night for suspicion. Tonight was about love, about the man she thought she knew better than anyone else. Dinner went smoothly, or so it seemed. Mark handed over his gift. A crystal heart with the words John and Catherine, together forever engraved on it. Catherine smiled, touched by the gesture. "That's so sweet," she said, placing it carefully on the table. But when she looked at John, she noticed something, a flicker of discomfort in his eyes, the kind of expression you'd see on someone who's hiding a secret. "Are you all right, honey?" she asked gently. John quickly smiled. "Of course, just tired from work," he said. Catherine nodded, but something deep inside whispered that he was lying. As they toasted to 10 years of love and happiness, she caught a glimpse of John's phone lighting up on the table. The message was brief, but enough to send a chill through her heart. "Can T wait to see you again tonight?" She froze. Mark. Her chest tightened, and for a moment the world around her blurred. She tried to act normal, smiling as if nothing had happened, but her mind was racing. She needed proof, something that would tell her whether she was losing her mind or if her husband was really betraying her. That night, after dinner, Catherine quietly connected her smart glasses to John's Bluetooth camera, a tech gift she had bought him months ago. What she saw through that connection shattered her heart into pieces. John and Mark weren't just friends, they were lovers. She watched in disbelief as Mark reached across the table to touch John's hand. Her husband didn't pull away. It was subtle, but it was enough. The next morning, when John came into the kitchen pretending everything was fine, Catherine's world was already broken beyond repair. "How long?" she asked softly, her voice trembling but firm. John looked confused. "What are you talking about?" She stared straight into his eyes. "How long have you been cheating on me?" John stammered, trying to deny it, but before he could finish, Mark stepped out of the kitchen, wearing John's robe. 6 months, he said coldly. "We've been together for 6 months." Catherine's face went pale. Her husband didn't even try to stop him. "I'm sorry, Catherine," Mark continued. "It just happened. Sparks flew. You understand, right? Maybe we can still be friends." She looked at them both, the two people she trusted the most, and whispered, "You both disgust me." Then she walked away, holding back tears, knowing she would never look at love the same way again. But Catherine wasn't just heartbroken. She was smart. I still had the footage from the smart glasses, the evidence that proved everything, and she was going to use it. A few days later, she acted calm to calm, telling John she wanted to meet and talk things over. He didn't suspect a thing. That evening, John got ready to meet Mark at a high-end restaurant, ironically, the same one where he and Catherine had celebrated anniversaries in the past. Catherine followed quietly, wearing a simple dress, her face hidden beneath dark glasses. At the entrance, the host stopped her. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but we have a formal dress code." Catherine forced a polite smile. "Don't worry, I'll be back." 15 minutes later, she returned, transformed hairstyled elegantly. Wearing a black gown that turned heads as she walked in, the host didn't even recognize her. "Good evening, ma'am. Table for one?" he asked politely. "No," she replied, her lips curling into a cold smile. "Table for my husband." Inside, John and Mark were already laughing, holding hands under the table like nothing else in the world mattered. Catherine approached silently. Then, with one smooth motion, she accidentally spilled her wine, splashing it all over Mark's shirt. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," she said in fake shock. John turned toward her and froze. "Catherine," he gasped. "Having a nice evening?" she asked coldly. The entire restaurant went silent. "Catherine, please," John stuttered. "It's not what it looks like. Save it." she snapped, placed a small device on the table and pressed play. The sound of their voices filled the air, their own confessions from the night she recorded everything. 6 months, her own recorded voice echoed. We've been together for 6 months. The color drained from John's face. You recorded us, he whispered. Every word, she said calmly. And tomorrow, every lawyer in this city will see it. Mark tried to speak. Catherine, please, But she cut him off with an icy stare. You both deserve each other, she said. Then she reached into her bag and pulled out the engraved crystal heart Mark had given her. She slammed it against the table, shattering it into pieces. Forever is over. And with that, she walked away, her heels echoing against the marble floor, leaving behind 2 men and a room full of shocked onlookers. In the following weeks, Catherine filed for divorce. She submitted the recordings to her lawyer, and the court ruled swiftly in her favor. John lost almost everything: the house, the car, and even his professional reputation. His friends turned on him, his career crumbled, and the man who once had everything was left with nothing. Catherine, on the other hand, found peace not because she destroyed him, but because she finally found her own strength. For the first time in years, she didn't feel like a victim. She felt free. One evening, she returned to the house one last time to collect her belongings. The place felt cold, empty, a ghost of what used to be. As she looked around, her eyes fell on the broken pieces of the crystal heart still scattered on the floor. She picked one up, holding it under the light. The engraving, "Together Forever," was barely visible now, but the irony made her smile. "Forever is overrated," she whispered, placing it back down. As she turned to leave, her phone buzzed. It was an unknown number. The message read, "You may have won this time, but you'll regret it." Catherine frowned, but didn't reply. She assumed it was John trying to scare her. But that night, as she sat in a cafe, she noticed a car parked across the street, a woman sitting inside, watching her. The woman smiled, lifted her phone, and took a photo before driving away. Catherine's heart skipped. Who was she? Hours later, another message came through, this time with a photo of Catherine leaving the cafe. The caption read, "Let's see who's really cheating now." Catherine froze. It felt like déjà vu. The same trick she had used on her husband was now being used against her. Someone was watching her. Someone who knew everything. Was it John seeking revenge? Or was it Mark? She didn't know. One thing was certain. The game wasn't over. Catherine had won the first round, but now someone else had entered the story. Someone who wanted her to pay. As she sat alone that night, staring at her phone, Catherine realized something profound in the world of lies and betrayal. No one ever truly wins. You just learn how to play the game better. She leaned back, exhaled, and smiled faintly. If you want war, she whispered to herself, you'll get it. The screen faded to black, leaving the question echoing in every viewer's mind. What happens when revenge comes full circle? And that, dear viewer, is how love lies, and betrayal can turn a perfect life into a battlefield. Because sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who hold the knife.